How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. So, last time, we met John Garrideb and his maid. And we also got the whereabouts of Sosuke's lodgings, which took us down here, and we met up with Herlock Sholmes. And we're now going to talk to him as to why he arrested Sosuke.
Great question. That we'll find an answer to.
So we'll just... Indeed. I know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Sosuke Natsumei. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes, for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsumei? Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines.
But Mr. Natsumei does not...
Designs it.
denies it!
Okay.
Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little?
Sorry, Miss Susato. Why are you talking to me? No, I have not the slightest idea of what you mean.
What?
Oh my god.
Wah?
I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I'm not merely feigning ignorance. I don't even know how to do that. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh, how? Well, for starters, brainlet, I assure you I have no recollection of accusing your stupid compatriot of the crime. But that doesn't even make sense. Good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing this crime scene. Ah, a man seen fleeing. Sure, there were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. While speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there's a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So you don't think Mr. Natsumei is the culprit, then? Then I cannot tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties. Hence why I returned here. So they're kind of weird. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in bibliophilia. What the fuck?
Bibliophile. Philly.
Do not be deceived to believe that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no.
Oh dear.
Tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garrideb. A retired military man. More like Mr. Garrideb.
Oh shit.
It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the Great British Institution that is the services.
And it was the first time I've ever met a maid from the Great British Institution, that is, service. Sure, I have like 50 maids. I didn't even think it was that funny. I thought it was hilarious. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid.
Ouch. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain... wait, what? In my Great Britain primer?
Primer?
What are you even talking about? So conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling with it. I ask
Wow.
It's spreading.
Betoken their social standing? Sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered to be middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family.
Goodness, how extraordinary.
I know, it's crazy. As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. I had no idea. And it's for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in this situation upstairs. Specifically, the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garrideb. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow was hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am unable to ascertain. I'm thoroughly lost on what he means to say.
What do you mean? The dinghy?
This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lord has dwelled in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stab him. Mr. Natsumei has stabbed no one.
Not yet. But sooner or later, as I said. I'm not wrong.
It'll probably be you. I don't believe that's the issue here.
I think it is. About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea?
I got mad at it.
Does it look like I know everything? No window. Well, I mean, I can clearly clearly see that there is a window of sorts. I don't even think you can speak English. But it's completely been blocked with bricks. I'm gonna brick you.
So true.
Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax?
There it
What is that?
Window tax.
Are you stupid?
Surely, not a tax on windows.
Precisely that. Why I used 2 whole brain cells to figure that out.
Oh my goodness.
Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps, rapidly closed windows up. While the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere, in an effort to curry favour with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money.
How awful and unjust. Forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light?
That's literally a light right there. Indeed, disease was rife as a result. So some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsumei's stipend for living here in London is very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging, and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price.
Because the room is so awful, I should think.
No, it's because you're here.
That's
Apparently
so
Mr.
rude.
Natsumei only moved in here about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe that the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Oh? Still, it is of little relevance here. Matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Alright, are we done here?
Gonna black out to black in.
Well, I believe I told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, Miss Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? You remembered that, did you? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsumei, was it? You actually got the name right. I'm not sure. Not sure? On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Oh yeah, you got off a murderer, didn't you? I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly too. Thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients, to trust in their innocence? What the hell are you asking me? Yes, trust.
Twist, huh?
Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Natsumei didn't do it, did he? Oh my god. Well, dear fellow, I've had the first idea. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Ah, yes. That was indeed my initial intention. But there were simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are 2 facts here I can state quite now. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room. And there are witnesses who swear to have seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. And one more thing.
Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us.
You look like you killed someone.
I have.
I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I'm quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something.
Really?
Mr. Garridebs is. Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he? Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case.
Mr. Naruhodo. As yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsumei's innocence.
No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Garridebs' secret. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. Well, I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. Good luck, bozo.
What a dumbass. I love him.
Busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. Just like that, huh?
Hey, you bastard.
I'm reading. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, so true. To be or not to be. That is indeed what someone said one time. That is indeed the question, Mr. Naruhodo. To be or not to be brushed off. That is the question. And the answer is all too clear. Fuck you.
Let's leave Mr. Sholmes in peace, shall we?
Yeah, get out.
In pieces. Come here.
I really
Gonna
love
knock
that
your
he's
whole head
just
off.
sitting there being like, to be or not to be. So true, bestie.
So true, bestie.
19th February. Mr. Garridebs' room.
Oh, you're back. Ah, you power again. More like you, Apple. Tell me, was
what
the
the
detective chap?
fuck?
I forgot his name. Still hard at work down there.
Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Herlock dickhead, yes. Ah, yes, rings a big bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Oh, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Can you drink any fucking louder?
No, bro, literally,
Jolly
as
good
soon as
show.
you fucking did that, I went to take a sip of my water, so not only did Garrideb and I drink at the same time, you dubbed over both of our slurps.
Hells yeah. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. So
Well,
anyway,
fucking
this
needy
bitch.
as hell.
Now then, why don't you tell me what... Bah! For the umpteenth time, woman, you fucking shithead, will you watch what you're ballywell doing? Blech.
I shall
Doodling.
be serving dinner shortly, sir.
No. Ah, yes, of course. It's not going to be, rocks again, is it?
It's rock
Frightfully
soup.
rude of me. I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind.
Oh, yes, of course.
Get out.
We are deeply grateful for all your assistance.
Yeah, you're welcome, I guess. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. Bye. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. I told you to leave.
No.
I want to jump out.
He's an idiot.
What's he doing over there? Can I fly?
Mr. Sholmes?
I'm waiting for my angelic form to take over.
He's like, I can't see out the window.
We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Oh, buddy. I'm like a snake. Hello, Sholmes, sir, at your service.
Buddy. Whatever were you doing over by the window?
I was investigating.
Investigating
I'm
what?
given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well, keeping an eye on one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Sure. And one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. What? Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Buddy, it's been like 2 cases.
Do you mean Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, there's a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. I've got to speedrun this shit.
Speed run.
Oh, right. Mr. Garrideb. There it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service. Your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate, more like 4th class.
Damn.
What?
What did you just say?
I'm afraid, sir, that is all too clear to me. You suck. There are 2 conclusions that I've been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon. The first, this cannon is tacky as shit. It's not even as we speak. You are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second, is that a result of the beast's violent rampage? You have lost something very dear to you.
Mr. Naruhodo, look.
Sorry.
The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were both spot on. How? How could you possibly? I'm God. How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? If you have an IQ of 2 or higher, you would know.
Dang.
The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning and the dense smoothness of your brain, I'm the king of beasts. What are you even saying? I only know too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. Naruhodo is next to one right now. So shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. With seasoning.
With seasoning.
Reasoning with seasoning. My balls are afoot. Nature of the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see. Bam. That a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Oh my god, you're an idiot. Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Aye. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garridebs, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue.
It came to life.
Yes, dear Nami man, you appear imposing at best. The fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you?
Piffle.
Piffle. In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep this very house. Have you watched Lion King? What?
Great movie.
Yet, when living such a wild beast proved more difficult than you would imagine. Chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. I'm just gonna ignore that. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam?
No. Me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction.
It is.
Yes. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garridebs. At Batty's Circus. A travelling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. Well, I believe I made my point. Now you can sit down and shut the hell up.
He's already sitting.
The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion.
Wow.
And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. I'm so smart.
You are such an idiot.
Anyway. Aftermath.
Oh my god.
Now, Mr. Garridebs. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. I can't believe you're still talking.
His reaction, his face right now is really fucking funny.
Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress that this loss has caused you is veritably intangible. Ugh. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel will be revealed by that supporting arm. You also come to terms with the fact that your head looks like a crescent moon, and you look like a fossil. Amid the fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. Trying to lose something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man. I simply... No. But what we now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. What are you doing?
I'm winking.
And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Look at that. Yes, it's this pile of bills that have given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. 4 cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has been a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, we're not done. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
Yes, I can't even imagine it. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst?
Wink.
This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eyes settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Look at it. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the tower case. The cake came to life and ate the carpet.
Oh wow, so smart.
There's no creature more dangerous on this earth than cake, than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noble woman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake?
Cite your sources.
Food is at the heart of... No. Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact.
Whatever do you mean?
Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey, the carpet. I'm sure I need not spell it out the nature of this final... Oh my god. Nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Is that I'm right. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. Huh. Teeth marks in the carpet. A perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. I'm so smart.
Wow. Carpet gnawed on by the starving lion.
Yup. Got him. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle.
Of bullshit.
The great Professor Layton would be impressed.
He would be literally, he's rolling around somewhere. He's not dead, but...
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me.
That was intentional. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. I'm afraid I didn't notice.
Maybe if you'd open up your damn eyes, you would. You guys are funny. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. Besides the reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too. Make them piss their pants.
We're crying because you're so fucking stupid. Oh.
Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in. Again. But could I make an observation? No, because the last time you proved me wrong. Well, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room this size? Indeed. It is the only explanation for the facts. I mean, there's a fucking cannon in here. Terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? No.
But if an uncaged lion has run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse.
What, dead?
I
wish.
I don't know.
Oh, that's why you're stuck. No doubt the former military man had his own against the beast and using that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus.
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea.
This one's a distinguished. Ah, my dear Mr. Salto. It occurs to me with some regularity. And irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands in Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea.
Oh,
Got him.
what a glorious notion.
Yeah.
Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again.
Your turn to shine.
I had a feeling that was coming.
A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it.
Why are you massaging my deductions? Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. No, I'm actually going to take 2 steps backwards. No, don't. I don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help Mr. Natsumei's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Sherlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, dumbass. Nature of the beast. Yeet.
Time to rewrite history.
Alright, so basically what I was saying is that there's a lion that came and fucked up your shit. And you clearly failed at taming it. So yeah. The end. I really didn't see the lion thing coming. And wow, he just completely rewrote his deduction. It makes even less sense now.
No, but if you observe Mr. Garrideb's reaction, it rather seems as though the beast did indeed run amok in here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, something with a very fierce nature.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India.
So what was it then?
Oh, I don't know why I thought that was still your line.
We must follow
Oh.
Mr. Garrideb's gaze.
That little tiny, like, arrow that shows who's talking, for some reason I, like, easily look past it.
That will lead us to the true answer.
I sure hope so. Oh, photograph frame. Damn.
Damn.
What's this photograph?
I'd do that too.
It appears to be from Mr. Garridebs' wedding.
Damn, what a fucking roast.
He looks very happy, doesn't he?
He does, but you can't make out his bride.
He's marrying broken glass. No, how
Awesome.
unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there.
Take that!
Got him. Huh. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the newlywed bride. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Besides him is not a herder, no that explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this frame print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrideb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms, and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. She doesn't own any horses. Oh, what?
Ew,
Indeed. Surely any woman of a powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late! The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Ugh. Stop, you're going to get me killed. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Shut up. Look around, the beast questions fails to present itself. I wonder where. Madam, I think you fucking know. Your dress pocket. Give it to me.
I've never seen a pocket
Give me your
before.
dress.
The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well, I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear.
She looks like she'd break your neck in two.
Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Garrideb anywhere.
No,
She was never real.
he's quite left because she's standing right here.
I'm gonna fucking
But
kill
it
you.
seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious?
Whoa.
Can I see your ass? Alright, whoa,
A great
look at that.
assessment of the case.
Got him.
Whoa.
Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts.
Ugh.
Yeah, indeed it does. The flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. Bam. Ford is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in this photograph of print. In other words, you were no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Miss Garrideb herself.
Oh my word.
Oh, you didn't faint backwards into the fire. Damn it. Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. Bitch. As you rightly surmised, this is the wife, yes. My Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a bally corker back in the fucking nuts! It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are here in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct?
How come you didn't read the tsk?
Oh, tsk. It's not right, I tell you. It's that... I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly. You mean Mr. Garrideb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Miss Garrideb? No, you're
No. Don't finish
only
that
in
word.
company, obviously. But listen here, this must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please.
Big top. Circle.
The raging wife of Mr. Garrideb.
She's a werewolf. I knew it.
She's a fucking psychopath.
She's a fucking psychopath.
No, Mr. Garrideb. These nuts, am I right? Basically, what I'm trying to say is...
that was a pretty good joke. That was really funny,
Your arm Give me your arm. Wait, I accidentally
Whoa.
messed up my line.
You totally skipped Naruhodo's line. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable.
Yeah. Still calling Mr. Garrideb's wife a beast. Mr. Garrideb is standing right beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all. Has he?
Abby?
Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then.
According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? Bells.
Slapped cheek.
Oh, you got slapped.
Oh, get slapped, idiot.
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel are being revealed by that slapped cheek. Your cheeks. were
What a
slapped.
hard slap, damn.
Of course, you'll deliver that impressive mark on your cheek refuses to fade. Was it you, Madam Joan Garrideb?
Well, yes.
Why are your eyes sparkling?
I'm anime now.
You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ugh. It's like I just got slapped again.
By God himself.
Shit, who the hand of Christ. How the blazes? How did you work that out, man? I don't think it's scary to notice someone trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. Damn, that's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. That's why you always look like a crescent moon. To keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next canoni. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap?
I don't know.
In other words, must ask, so what caused Madame Garrideb to fly into a rage? To fly at your face? Well, all your gaze to the thing, the bills.
Look at the paper.
Isn't that crazy?
Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder?
Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garrideb's wife.
Mr. Naruhodo! She's a person, not a thing.
Damn, you're right, a bitch. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. Went so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. This is why I'm gay.
Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
See, also you would never do that to me. I'd love to know the answer to that question.
I'd do it to you, though.
I fucking know.
I'm good at it, too. Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Garrideb is clearly an avid reader.
Oh, wait a minute.
Ooh.
I don't think this is a bookmark. Maybe I can land an indirect kiss if I start making out with it.
Ew.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
And look next to the signature here. Lip mark. Oh, fuck.
Larks? That was my line. Larks? Made with lipstick?
Larks?
Yeah, larks.
Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture.
Don't get any ideas, Susato-san.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
So this bookmark's actually a love note then.
What a fucking
Says
hoe!
here. What the fuck?
The fuck? Love note. Oh,
Alright, let me tell you a little something here. I'd never experienced love in my life. But this is a love note that's given rise to the pain you suffer. Yeah, oh James, I loved you. You're Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is a fly in the ointment here. Can I get her number?
Damn.
Fucking hell! You just broke my neck, but I don't know the belly woman. You don't know her. That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? Huh, yeah, you probably changed your names from James to fucking Jesus. I don't know.
Jesus, so true.
That's right. That's what I was saying.
A likely story.
Fuck you. Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained it at the time. I bought the book at that secondhand place, and the notes must have already been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right. That's what I've been saying, you fucking hoe.
A likely story.
Oh my god. I'm filing for divorce. Oh, for heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to fucking James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John.
A likely story.
Are you questioning my name now? Fucking hell.
They have the funniest fucking relationship, at least so far since I haven't finished the game. Like, I think they're so funny.
And there we have it. Alright, Lucy, you really starting to fucking piss me off. We'll get a divorce. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart and you unleash your beast with the most ferocious bite.
I'm dead.
Now, a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one and last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
You ate the floor! Not a matter which it clearly be seen by the carpet. You know? The thing? What could have caused it? I think it was you. You bitch. Why would you do that?
I had hunger for carpet.
But surely Mrs. Garrideb didn't eat the carpet.
No, of course not. Well, there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper.
No, that's not true.
That is
So,
true.
This is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need to only follow Mrs. Garrideb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
Alright, let's see what we can see.
Yes.
No. Oh, it's a little candlestick here.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. Looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Oh dear, that would be dangerous.
Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing.
Yes, I didn't notice that before.
Well, I did.
Oh.
Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle and three missing from his holder? Weird.
There it is. Take that! Candlestick.
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we'll need only look at the candlestick. You look at my stick. Most illuminating, my
No.
dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? Oh. It would appear that this room was the scene of a little martial altercation. Marital. Miss Garrideb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The forceful strike caused the candle to fall from the fucking holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, well. For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither the violent lion nor eventual woman, but fire.
Fire!
And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here.
You're dumb.
Oh yes. All together now. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the seat of a fire.
When you duet yourself.
Yeah. Alright, I'm fucking done with life.
Oh damn.
See you all never.
He's standing
I'm
up.
dying.
Oh shit.
I'm jumping in the fire. Mr. Sholmes, sir. I will now jump in the fire. I salute you!
The gentlest fall in the world. I'm going to throw him in the fire.
Just like that.
Carpet scorched
Carpet
by a
scorched
small
by a
fire.
Carpet scorched by a small fire.
Fire.
Deduction complete!
Deuce
Elementary!
this.
Deduce these nuts.
Oh shit, that's what he said. Deduce these nuts.
It's these dashed long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. This place called Novel House, too. You should check it out. And in the pages of one particular novel house, you discover some rather illicit material.
What the fuck is a novel house? For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Soski probably goes to the book shack.
Probably.
Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt description of my fucking wife.
My fucking
Here we
wife.
go again. And the carpet, was that destroyed by the fire when a candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't even see a belly thing. What? I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being.
Over here, Mr. Garrideb?
Yes, what other screen would I be talking about?
Well,
you have nothing more to hide now? Oh, well, Slaughter, you're really stupid. If you'll allow me. Wow, this looks like shit.
Ew.
And all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Gosh.
Gosh.
And the wife started hurling things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
Oh, it was. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite. Book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride? We're not the Lion King. Your notorious Your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage.
Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again.
It can only be described as a great British wonder.
A blunder.
I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick in the full fiddle. What the fuck? Out of interest, what time of day was that? I'm not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think.
So at exactly the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of Blighty could have been flattened outside of my window at that moment. And I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's about to be so fucking loud when you sync that together.
Okay.
Alright.
Mr. Sholmes?
No.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. What can I do for you? Well, I think we got to the bottom of Mr. Garridebs' situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsumei's circumstances?
Nothing.
I can't help you there, I'm afraid. Do it yourself. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that, although I knew the retired army man had been hiding something, I could not be sure whether a secret proved to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. You're a dumbass. No, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of the only two categories. Those relevant to the case and those are not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is it that time already?
Time to go.
If we're here to accept Mr. Natsumei's case, we have official paperwork to attend to.
Damn, bitch is fucked then. So that's it. No more time to think.
Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garrideb.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Help.
Enjoy your fucking rocks. Thank you both very much for your time.
Sosuke-san will be waiting for us. And I'm going to have to give him an answer. I guess I just left.
He's just still standing in the corner. He's like, oh, guys, I don't know where the door is.
Hello? Hello?
Well, I can't leave unless you do.
19th February, Briar Road.
No.
The road.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison.
I clicked the prison.
Oh.
Yes, I know. I clicked it. Let's hail a care. Oh.
What's the matter?
Looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garridebs' house. Ah, shit.
Huh?
This part.
Yes, yes, yes.
I know thee not, old man, but... God damn it. I'm going to die. Fall to thy prayers.
This
Who are you
one's my
calling an old man,
favorite.
you rum-looking niminy piminy?
What the fuck?
This is even worse than the
fuck
first
did
time
you
I
just
read
call
these.
me?
What are you even saying to me? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, eh? What are you on about? Oh, fucking
I'm
A,
the
baby.
goddamn shit? Excuse me.
Are you a Professor Layton character? Because you're really ugly.
I know, right?
What the? Who are you now?
I'm sorry. It just looked as though there might be some problem here.
Yeah, you're the problem.
I'm going to finish it. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is my lawyer, you see. Is a lawyer, not mine.
A lawyer. What?
If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law.
Fine. I'll be on my way for today. But you mark my words. This ain't over yet, you fuckhead.
Get thee to a nunnery.
Do it look like a blue nun to you?
That's what I thought, big boy.
This is my favorite character in the entire fucking game, and to get V to a nunnery line is literally my favorite thing.
I do hope you're not injured.
Oh, we tried to snap my cock in half.
Whoa!
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Damn it, someone will.
Forgive the inquiry, sir, but... Are you a lodger here? In the Garrideb residence?
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Garrideb mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man.
The man with the plan.
Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Huh. Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsumei. Oh, more worthy a polemist in my battle of words, ne'er there could be. What? Sorry, battle did you say?
What?
Who was the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Macbeth. Mr. Natsumei and I sparred long into the night. I see.
I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsumei and this gentleman are acquaintances at least.
So, fair maiden. So, good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well. Okay.
Bye.
I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room.
It seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsumei, so he can't really help us. Sosuke-san and that man as lodgers. The Garrideb house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go find a carriage.
Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsumei is eagerly awaiting our return.
Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over.
Visiting hours are over. Get out.
Oh my god, finally!
19th February, 6:31 p.m. Local prison. Cell 9.
What's up?
Oh my god. Oh, it's you! You're here! You came! Look who's doing Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched!
Calm down, jeez. We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsumei.
Oh, no, think nothing of it. Relax. Yeah, if I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing, Nipponese. Oh, now, let's not get carried away. I quite agree. Or maybe this is, Gregson. Or it's nothing more reassuring. Wait, or maybe it's Sholmes.
Nah.
It's more
wait.
reassuring than... Actually, I have no idea. On the other hand,
Ah!
it is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. Oh, it's... Yes. It's you! The miserable rotten spy! Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? Sure. Well, I have no intention of doing anything, per se. Save observing, of course.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Well, having encountered some curious reading material in the gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home, see how a divested friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight, and cost me not a penny. Ugh, you! How dare you! Herlock Sholmes! Damn, you're really annoying. I've had it. I'm through. At the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life has been damned!
For some
Just her
reason,
turning.
the slow turn is really funny.
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'm dropping his case.
Oh,
He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there is much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Curse is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. Well, the man's lodgings suck ass, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? Maybe if you talk to him, you find out.
Boom, boom, boom.
Mr. Natsumei, what did you mean by what you said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed? Oh no, why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean... The trial really is cursed somehow. Oh my god. Yes, you're gonna die. Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? No, he's gonna spread your cheeks.
Oh
The
god.
Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please, tell me, summarize this succinctly in 16 salient words. No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution.
We
Ever.
did.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly.
yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over,
They fucking died. It was hilarious.
it was crazy. The defendant passed away in unusual circumstances.
Yes, and I thought it was hilarious.
What the fuck?
Mr. McGilden. What?
You're going to die.
I saw to break it to you, buddy. I'm impressed, Mr. Sato. You have an eye for detail. I thought you were here to just take up
Actually-
space.
Oh, wow, that's kind of rude. The Lord Chief Justice told us.
Mr. Sholmes. Surely it can't be that, having failed to have been accused. Lord Von Zeeks killed the man himself.
Oh no, he couldn't have, surely.
I mean, in the cutscene, it sure looked like it. Oh my god, you have some wonderful notions. Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh, yes. Why, of course he is.
No, of course he is. Then why are you trying to scare me?
Because it's funny.
It could be said, however, that the real truth behind the man, or about the man, is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. He's Satan. What on earth do you mean by that?
The Weeple.
Is that the Grim Reaper? Von Zeeks is quite an exceptional man. However, not in courts of law. Exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. Oh, that's good. Sosuke-san looks like he's gonna cry tears of joy.
That's my
Already done
favorite
that like 4
sprite of
times.
his.
Yeah. As you're no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there's both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It's an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Right. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, and so on. By such underhanded means, those who want to are able to sway the jury, which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail.
But it means the wrong verdict can be passed.
I know. And sadly, it's from time to time, my dear madam. It is simply the reality of the situation. And that's all right. However, those indicted by Lord Von Zeeks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh my.
Though the education may seem them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking. Disappear? But how? Ah, by all manner of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they are trampled upon it under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by raging fever, or perhaps attacked by highwaymen. Or maybe I just body them. No, no, no. All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo. But I hope you don't get convicted.
Or else.
Or arrested. I knew it. I'm... dead, don't done for, doomed! Well,
Cursed
life
lodgings.
was great when it lasted.
Well, say goodbye to the world.
When you when you said cursed lodging before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Garridebs' house, I presume. Assume. Do you mean to say that you believe this place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. But I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself.
That didn't take long then.
Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dawn to dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away.
You must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now.
Yes, why did you choose there? Seems a little inconvenient.
The rent is cheap. I have so little money it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I had asked why it was so affordable. My lord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him. If you have something to say, then say it. But if not, don't mention it in the first place.
Yes, well said.
But it was true. It was all true.
You mean the room really is cursed then?
Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I wake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. In my waking hours, people have stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer. Thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scowling, sinister spirits.
Somebody
Dumb.
called a phase.
If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all?
Damn, yeah, that's crazy, dude. I hope you find somebody.
To believe? Yes, to believe. But you're a lawyer standing right there.
Yeah, and now he's a lawyer that's fucking leaving. Bye.
Mr. Sholmes?
What?
Me, Miss Naruhodo. Pray, what can I do for you?
It's about the case on the SS Budia, if you recall. You wanted to say, what can I do you for?
What can I do you for?
The Budia. Oh, that case, all the snag and your boyfriend died. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Too soon.
That Russian shithead. Well, yes, what?
At the time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. Well, I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe me? Oh, I see, yes. You mean... you are the main character. Because you are grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in the locked room. Well, if you like, yes. Huh. A little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. Oh my god. Well, I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I never recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me.
What?
You see, the only thing I believe in are those I choose to believe in.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
What?
Yes, wise words.
What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Ever heard of an anime called Gurren Lagann? I make my own mind about what is believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. Circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. But I could have been betrayed. I could have betrayed your trust. If you did, you would have died. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Meaning, whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes, he's right. He's right, Locum student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. Whether or not I can believe myself.
Hey.
A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. I miss you, baby.
I miss him.
You're so right, Kazuma.
You were too pretty to die.
No, but the ugly ones can go.
Yeah, the ugly ones can go.
Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe.
Already?
Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. He will grab you by the balls if you don't leave. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me? Oh, I would love to. You
You're
can't
not
leave.
going anywhere.
Fuck.
Oh dear. There is never enough time, is there?
No.
We can definitely fit Sosuke through that hole. It's like the fucking cartoon prison cells. The bars are
Yeah,
super
where, like,
far
the bars
apart.
are
They can
so
literally
fucking
just
wide.
leave.
Mr. Natsumei, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh my god. Hi. Local student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial. What to believe in. The defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else. And trust my instincts. Yes, Mr.
Naruhodo,
Oh, wait,
look
that's
at
not
him.
me.
He's fucking a lost cause. What are you doing?
Y'all leave
Yes,
him.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Let's go get some trout.
Let's get some trout.
And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsumei, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court. Look, student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. Oh my god. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsumei. It would be fair to say, Miss Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the very beginning, from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, and I got there in the end.
Ah, memories.
Mr. Sato,
Yes?
shut the fuck up.
I didn't even
Would you
say
be willing to
anything.
stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court?
No. Absolutely.
Not.
As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant.
Got him.
Got him.
The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind. But it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me too, now. So it's time. Time that I've learned to believe in myself. Sosuke-san is no one. He's all alone. So it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. Yeah!
Yeehaw.
Oh man, this was one long investigation day, holy balls.
It was.
Like, I honestly didn't think there was that much left, but we're still over an hour. Jesus Christ. Alright,
Oh, wow,
this looks
yeah,
like the
damn.
perfect place to stop. So, next time on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures, we're finally going to go to court again. And
Finally.
hopefully things will actually go our way. So, as always, if you all enjoyed and want to keep this series going, show them some love, you know what to do. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you all in the next episode.